Hi there, I'm Kate Edwards with Together Hospitality, and today I'm joined by my friend Harmony Trujillo.
Hi, I'm Harmony Trujillo of York Building Services, or a commercial cleaning company.
You do cleaning, and yet you found recently that a lot of people are talking about doing more and more in-house cleaning. So operators are trying to do it on their own. What are some of the challenges with folks doing cleaning on their own?
I mean, there are some who do it really well, and they've got a really beautiful system and process, and it works really well for them. And I'm thrilled for that, actually. That's good. I only want to be helpful to clients who need the help. I want to be of service.
That's right.
One of the ways that recently we're seeing works well is to create a hybrid program. We're doing more of the heavy lifting, the really dirty work, the essential stuff that absolutely cannot be missed any night. We're letting our clients take on more of the lighter work, keeping the service stations clean, the tables, the banquettes, doing the light dusting, maybe spot cleaning windows at the entrance, stuff like that. There are time constraints now on how much extra task we can give a server or a busser. And we want to be smart and clever about the way that we use that time. You know, we don't want to take advantage, but there are some slight adjustments that can be made to make sure that work gets fit in.
So the idea is that you're partnering with them, so you do some work, they do some work, and the whole operation ends up being cleaner than when they left it.
Absolutely.
Right.
And being from the hospitality industry, I'm able to help create even their portion with checklists and share with them what they should be picking up, and sort of creating a rotational schedule for some of that lighter work for their team.
You had mentioned the heavy work, the hardcore work. Give me some examples of what it is that your team is doing, what they excel at.
We want to do the really dirty stuff and the things that take time. Doing something like cleaning anti-fatigue mats that are behind the bar or that are in the kitchen. Those can get dirty, they're heavy, they're dangerous to lift. There may be glass in the anti-fatigue mat. You want to be able to know that you're getting it done right, nobody's getting hurt. It's got to be cleaned, it's got to be dried, and then it comes back on a clean, dry floor. Gosh, that takes time. So if the in-house team is doing it, it's taking a lot of time. Maybe they're not taking a lot of time and they're just putting it down wet, and we're developing pest issues. It's just easier for a team like ours to do.
So then what are some of the other things? Garbage, sidewalks?
All the hotline equipment. We love that hotline equipment.
Okay.
The planchas, the grills,
Yeah.
the interiors of the ovens, the deep fryers.
Ooh.
Deep fryers are important. That oil is so hot and dangerous, and it's nice to let it cool a little bit, then empty the oil and clean those deep fryers out. Our teams do this every night. They're pros. I think it's nicer to have them doing it than maybe a person who just worked in that kitchen all night long and just wants to go home. They've put all their efforts into service. I understand, like, they want to go.
That's right.
So I'm happy to let my guys come in with a fresh eye and take care of it.
And fresh energy, right? Because these are dangerous things that we're talking about. Hot oil or recently cooled oil is a very big threat.
And storing it properly. I mean, it has to go into a metal container. It needs to go in a special spot. Maybe the chef at a particular restaurant wants it to be in a very particular spot, so it can be strained or put to a certain use by their team the next morning.
Yeah,
we follow all those instructions.
You had also mentioned things that you do with a power washer.
Yeah.
So what are some of those tasks?
Well, garbage storage areas, we can clean underneath equipment with a power washer. I mean, that's a lot of effort and a lot of cleanup. The water goes everywhere. You have to know where it can go. We want to be very careful of electrical outlets, of any equipment that might be exposed under equipment, kitchen equipment. We want to be careful of that. And we want to clean inside floor drains.
Yes.
I love keeping pest issues at bay, so we want to use the power washer and go down in that pipe a little bit, get rid of any kind of pest that might be trying to populate.
So twofold, really, not only cleanliness, but really keeping the place protected as deeply as possible.
Very important to us.
And then those light jobs, you mentioned some of those things in the front of house that we're both familiar with, having worked in the industry so long. What are some of the tasks that the back of house team could take on that isn't going to really add to their labor in too much of a way?
You know, my favorite is for them to bring down one or two of the hood baffles or the hood filters a night. Bring down those two, give them to the dish team, have them clean those out, let them stand to dry a little bit, maybe even stand to dry till morning. And then in the morning, the opening team can grab those two, move the whole rack down, and insert those two at the beginning of the line. If that's done on a routine basis every night, they're staying very clean. This is a minimal amount of time from the team each night to complete them. And then we can go in and do the actual wiping of the hoods on a rotational basis, and the whole thing stays nice and shiny.
That's a really nice way to sort of incrementally clean this very big piece of equipment
Yes.
that on its own could be daunting or
Yes.
very difficult for your in-house team.
Yeah.
Other things that the back of house team can do?
Our back of house team or their?
Their back of house team.
I see. Okay. Yes. Making sure that the garbage areas are organized, making sure that recycling is fully broken down, maybe even tied and placed in such a way that our overnight cleaning team can come in and just grab it and take it up to the street on the appropriate days. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's
good point.
hours of work. Every minute of work that our team isn't doing is a minute that we can dedicate to something else, maybe a deeper clean in a corner that's, doesn't usually get a lot of attention.
So then you can really use your specialty, your special superpowers to focus on the things that, the front of house team just doesn't have the expertise to do.
Yeah, and we don't want to leave. I don't want to leave dirty work to the team that's working during the day.
Right.
Like they're wearing their uniforms, they're serving guests, they're helping each other, they're working in the kitchen with food. They need to stay clean.
Right. What are some of the things, like you were mentioning, sort of this collaborative approach? Like, why is that important to you as a cleaning professional?
I want to be of service, genuinely. I want to be of service. I want to be a good partner.
Right.
And I love restaurants. I love my restaurants. So it's fun to work as an extension of their management teams, genuinely communicate really well, genuinely talk about the problems and the challenges and see what sort of solutions we can be helpful with. I like being a resource. Maybe there's an unrelated issue. Maybe there is a pest issue, or they need assistance with, learning more about insurance. I love having a network of people, great people, that I can refer to them and see how that goes.
Well, that's why we're all here, right?
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. Thanks so much. Cheers.
Thanks.